In this episode, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's coming out of your mouth. Those words, what are you saying? Are the things that you're saying actually helping you on your wellness and weight loss journey? Or are you falling into a bad pattern, maybe bad habits? Let's talk about that. I'm Vitale. This is the Weight Loss Woo Show. Remember to subscribe if you're trying to lose more than 10 pounds. So we hear a lot about self-sabotage. A lot. I think that every Law of Attraction, every NLP, pretty much every life coaching type person will talk about self-sabotage. Yeah, even business coaches talk about it. So let's just talk about how you're talking. Are you talking as if? So part of putting yourself into the future and part of acting as if means that your words have to be in line with the future that you're imaging for yourself. So from the time of Florence Scovel Shinn and her book, Your Words Are Your Wand, all the way up till these times with Marissa Peer, people are still talking about how you are expressing yourself verbally. What are you saying? Are you making jokes about being fluffy just so that other people laugh at the fact that you're fat? Because if you were living in your future, you would be thin and those jokes would have no meaning. Yes or yes? So why do people that are carrying extra weight feel like they need to be self-deprecating? Why do bigger people feel like they need to make all these jokes about being big? Anybody who's ever been big knows that it's not funny. There are so many health issues that go with being overweight. It's just not funny at all. I mean, belly fat, it's the worst. There's just nothing worse than belly fat. It is so incredibly unhealthy to carry around a whole bunch of belly fat. And once you've been fluffy, that's another thing. You have this whole self-image thing. You feel like, oh, people are looking at me. I don't look nice in clothes, right? And so what are you saying out loud? There's no point in shopping because I'm, fat and I will look like crap in everything I wear anyway. Might as well put on a garbage bag, right? Wrong. You might as well wear the nicest clothes that you possibly can. Take good care of yourself, right? And that all starts with your self-image and the things that you are saying out loud. Might as well have that cake. Mom's going to be fat anyway. Bullshit. You can have the cake. Go ahead. Have a piece. Right? There's no point in suffering and feeling like, oh, I'm suffering. Right? And don't say that out loud. You're not suffering. Really? Not eating a whole tub of ice cream is suffering? In what world? Come on now. And people, they use these terms that are just so dramatic compared to the circumstances. Suffering. I mean, it's a real thing. And it involves much more than not being able to eat French fries. So let's get our perspective in order. Right? And Marissa Peer talks a lot about saying stuff like, oh, this diet is killing me. No, eating ice cream was killing you. Shut up. right? Sorry, but that's how your words need to be. Like, just put a chain on that. Nothing about eating healthy is killing you. Eating healthy is helping you add active years to your life, which means you'll get to see your kids get married. You will get to do whatever you want with your career because you're going to be around for a long time. Want to start a business? Go ahead. Doesn't matter how old you are. You're going to be alive for another whatever, decades still, because you're taking care of business on the inside. And part of taking care of business on the inside is to just check what comes out of your mouth before it hits the air. Just try it. Check it and then double check it. Right? Oh, life was so much better when I could eat whatever I wanted. Hey, you can still eat whatever you want. You just have to worry about the quantity you're eating it in. It's okay to have a few fries. It's okay to have a small, whatever, serving of pie, cake, ice cream, whatever it is. The problem with most people that are fluffy is portion control. And also eating late at night. And also eating when you're all emotional. When we start eliminating our triggers, and when we start eliminating our self-deprecation and all of these nonsense sayings that we have, just nonsense. Like, oh, I'm on a diet, I can't eat real food. Seriously, did that just come out of your mouth? Because I've seen people say that. What is your definition of real food? Any food that has nutrients in it that helps keep your body alive is real food. Any food that God made, right? It means it comes from Mother Nature, whatever religion you are. That's where it came from. It comes from the earth. That's real food, right? As long as it's non-GMO, we're trying to stay away from that. I know that a lot of people are like, well, what's wrong with GMO? Well, we don't really know what the long-term effects might be. So let's let everybody else guinea pig that out while we're over here staying safe with food the way God made it in the first place. Right? Real food attracts weeds, it attracts bugs. We know that. It's just part of life on the farm. Well, maybe we don't know that because most of us don't live on a farm. But real food attracts bugs, weeds. Not much you can do about it, right? There are all kinds of natural ways, and that's why many of us are turning towards organic foods. Right? And you don't have to. Like, if that's not in your budget, then just do the best you can with what you have. Right? But watch those words coming out of your mouth. I don't think that people realize the damage that it does when we say stuff that is, you're like, wow, did that just come out of your mouth? Yeah, I'm fat. I'm always going to be fat. Really? Everybody in our family is fat. There's no point even trying to lose weight, right? Everybody in our family has a big fat ass, and that's how we are. It's genetic. No, sweetie, it's Dairy Queen and McDonald's, right? Come on. Let's just put honesty in there somewhere. It's not genetics, right? It's lack of action or too much action in the fridge and in the freezer section and, with the chocolate aisle. That's what it is. It's not genetics. You are not genetically predestined to be so fluffy. I have to call bullshit on that. Right? It's an excuse. Right? Oh, well, we all have fat asses. That's one of the excuses in my own family. All the women have fat asses. That's just how it is. Right? It's genetic. Really? Seems doubtful. Now, I think that we can be genetically predestined for some things. But do we have control over what we put in our mouths? Yep. Do we have control over the amount of movement that our bodies make? For the most part, yes. Do we have control over our thoughts and beliefs? We do. We absolutely do. But we have to make an effort to go to the source. Why do I believe that God made me fat? That's another one I hear. Well, God just made me fat. Really? All that pine ice cream had nothing to do with it, eh? Was that God? Seems doubtful. Right? I'm sorry, but sometimes you have to just get really real with yourself. God did not make you fat. Right? Why would God do that? I'm just going to put a big blob down there. Here you go, Fluffy. And then you were born. Right? So what about all the other people? So what God's up there going, you know what would be funny? Is if everybody was totally spherical and they all bounced off one another. I'm going to start putting that in a mix. No. Right? Just check that. I don't think so. Sounds a little bit sketchy. So, God does not want you to be fat. God did not decide you were going to be fat. Right? You got off to a wacky start. Maybe, right? Maybe your parents used food as a reward for everything. Maybe you had a mother who was constantly making you eat more and more and more. I don't know why mothers do that. If you love your children, why would you keep feeding them until they're obese? Sorry, but that's not love. You need to get yourself some help. That's not love. So sometimes we have to go back to the core, back to that little child and say, why did I start eating? See, I, on the other hand, was brought up in a very low income, poverty type situation. You had no chance. Even though my mother was a fluffy person, there was no way that us kids could be fluffy because there was no food. For many of the first, 6, 7 formative years of my life, we were short on food, right? There was always a shortage. So as an adult, what did I do? Well, had to stock up on everything. You need 5 of it all, because you just never know when the poverty's coming. So go back and look at your records. In my own case, there was always a food scarcity. So when I went shopping, and not just that, there was all the good foods that kids crave, right? All the Lucky Charms, chips and candy, and right? That was so scarce at my house that when I became an adult and I got my own paychecks, I was like, you know what? I'm fucking buying everything that I couldn't have when I was a kid. I spent 10 years having sugar cereal for breakfast because I could do it. Kiss my ass, mother. Do you really think she gave a flying crap if I was over there in my 20s eating Lucky Charms for breakfast? Right? She didn't give a crap when we didn't have food. So why would she give a crap when I'm eating Lucky Charms? Oh, I showed her. You showed her nothing. Right? She didn't even know. And she didn't care. Right? Just stupid records we put on as adults. There's the scarcity. There's the sad record. I'm sad, and food makes me feel better. Though there's no point in watching what I'm eating because nobody loves me anyway. Did you just say that out loud? You take it back. See, one thing I did learn in my family was to watch what you said out loud because you could curse yourself or you could curse somebody else. I came from a really superstitious family. So if you said stuff out loud, like, I hope you fell out into a well. right? My mother would be the first one to say, take it back, take it back. There were some incidents where people said some things and maybe some bad things happened after that. So everybody became really superstitious. Be careful what you wish for was one of the most popular sayings in my family when I was a kid growing up. And I was analyzing that with one of my Law of Attraction friends. And at the time, I was working part-time. Like I have been with the post office on and off for 20 years, like off when I got serious back injuries. And I was on my way to my little part-time postal gig, and we were analyzing this whole be careful what you wish for thing. What does that even mean? Now, for the last few months, I have been working somewhere with people who were intolerable. And I have been saying to him, you know, I'm so sick of having to go here and the people are like this. And I was whining, I was complaining. I was really not in a place of gratitude. I was in a place of just like, if I didn't have to go in there one more day, I would be so happy. That would be the best thing. And I have been saying that repeatedly. And on this particular morning, I asked him, I said, what does that even mean? Be careful what you wish for. It's the stupidest saying ever. Right? And out loud, what had I been wishing for? I had been wishing that I did not have to go to work anymore. So that morning was particularly foggy. And remember, 3 minutes before that, I had asked him that question. And lo and behold, I stopped behind somebody who was making a left-hand turn. And the guy behind me felt no need to stop. Right? He came flying up, didn't even put his brakes on, hit me about, 60 kilometers, 70 kilometers an hour. Smashed me into the guy in front of me. My car was totaled. So what does it mean? Be careful what you wish for. Exactly that. Be careful what you say out loud, because that might come back to bite you in the ass. Be careful of the adjectives that you use. Oh, this is the worst. Really? Eating a tomato cucumber salad is the worst? Hardly. I don't understand sometimes the words that we use. And Marissa Peer talks about this all the time if you get a chance to listen to how she talks. And she is a very honest woman, so if you're not ready for honesty, do not go looking for her videos, because you will not love them. Sometimes we have to call ourselves on the things that we're saying out loud. It's the worst. I can't go on another day. This whatever is killing me. Walking is killing me. It's murder. Really? You really want to say that out loud? I take it back. As my mother would want me to say, take it back right now. Take it back. And if you didn't take it back, the shit was really on. Your words are they're painting your future. So when you move into the future, what are the things the future you is going to be saying? Right? Let's wrap it up. I am happy that I'm finally taking good care of my health. I am happy that I'm finally taking good care of myself. It feels great. It feels amazing to drop all those extra pounds. It feels fabulous to release weight. I am so pleased that I now fit into a size, whatever size you're trying to get into. Right? There is nothing better than this vegetable juice. My body loves it. I feel so much energy every single day. So we have to watch what we say. You're not suffering. It's not the worst thing. Right? It's not so awful. Right? Or terrifying that I have to drink vegetable juice. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Really? drinking real vegetable juice, that's the worst thing that ever happened to you. Let me tell you what a beautiful life you have had then, sweetie. Because most of us have had worse things happen than having to suck back some carrots and beets and celery and spinach stalks that have been liquefied. Right? Let me just get your pen out. I'm going to give you a list of things that are worse than that. I have about 1 million of them. So we are going to talk in the future that we want to be living in. I love doing things that are healthy for my body. Right? The time I spend meditating is well spent. It feels really good to get my stress levels down, like to almost zero. It feels fabulous to wear clothes in the size whatever range, in the medium range, in the large range, whatever range you're trying to reach. It's great to be able to buy and wear smaller clothes. It's great to feel more energy. Like, it's fucking amazing to be able to go out with my grandkids or with my kids and do things with them that are physical things. Run, play in the playground, take them swimming, right? Walk along the beach. All of these things that you were sitting on the bench before. Now you can do them. Put yourself into the future that you see for yourself and let your words be your want. Let your words come out of your mouth and be the words of that person that you see in the future. That is who you should be speaking like. No more fat jokes. No more self-deprecation. No more bullshitting yourself. Oh, we're all fat. Come on now, right? Just stop it. Move forward into the future. I deserve the best. I deserve the best health. I deserve the best levels of energy. I deserve all of that, all the wellness, all of the good feelings, all of the happiness. I deserve all of those things. Anyway, over the next few days, just notice what's coming out of your mouth and let me know if you have noticed that you're starting to think more when you say things that might be a little bit, sketchy. All right, have a great weekend. Have a great week. Whenever you're listening to this, I send you all love and light, and I hope that we'll be talking again soon.